Another spring sports season is nearing an end, and at Whiteford High School, a longtime coach is still going strong.
Sports director Justin Feldkamp joining us now with the story of Coach Kris Hubbard.
That's right. She grew up in nearby Blissfield, played college basketball at Western Michigan, and then landed at Whiteford. To say she's made an impact would be an understatement.
Hey, charge the ball, in a little Carson, quick.
Kris Hubbard doesn't rule with an iron fist. She coaches with a kind smile.
I like the kids, you know. Kids are fun. And probably part of it is that I see other coaches are yelling and screaming at them, and I've never had a kid play for me that wanted to make a mistake. So why are you yelling at them?
For 40 years at Whiteford, that method has worked. 800-plus wins, 11 regional titles, and 3 state championships. The field is named in her honor, and she plans to coach one more season in 2019.
She had that gift of making you want to do the right thing.
She's going to say it, and she's going to mean it, but she's not really yelling at you ever. I don't think I ever remember her yelling at me.
She would take the time to talk to us, and it developed that relationship, and it becomes like a peer relationship while you're in school, but then when you graduate, you find that you have a friend that you can call, pick up the phone. We still do breakfast in Dundee. You make that connection, and she's always there to support you.
It's not about winning. It's about doing the right thing.
Building relationships is just one part of her genius. She's smart, strategic, and is constantly evolving as a coach.
You worked hard at practice. There were always things to do. You never stood around.
She was the ultimate in my book. So everything that I always tried to do, it was, well, what would she have done?
I think it changed over the years, and I think she's figured out how to change enough. I mean, she still has her standards, and she still does what she does in the same baseline.
She instills that confidence in you that she's going to teach you, she's going to explain the fundamentals to you, and she's going to make sure that you become a better player and a better person.
Those 3 state championships came in a span of 4 years in the mid-'80s. Lee Ross Dockich was on those teams. She later starred at UT and then coached at Bowling Green and Syracuse.
It's always been Mrs. Hubbard. I have a hard time calling her Kris. I can't to her face. She's my coach.
I keep telling her she's old enough she can call me Kris now.
The teaching coach. She was always the teaching coach, and I think that kind of crosses every generation.
In little schools, the talent comes and goes. You always have great kids. And we're fortunate enough to have great kids and some great athletes, too.
Since then, generations of kids have come through her program. Katie Lipp is one of them. Her mom also played for Hubbard.
I think everyone else who doesn't play for her is missing out. I think she's a great role model, and she ties everything back to life.
I remember a kid saying to me, my parents want me to go to my brother's college graduation, and I'm not going. And I looked at her and said, yes, you are. You know, that family's first. And she did go, you know, and those parents were on my side for the rest of their life. Yeah. You know, that kids have to understand what's important.
And I think that sincerity builds those bonds, and you keep those bonds forever because, you know, she's always in my corner.
You knew that no matter what, even if she's correcting you, she still cares about you.
Great friend, great leader, great role model. I'd want her to be in charge of my kids.
What time is it on 3, 1, 2, 3, what time is it?
It's like she's another part of our family, and I know I'm not the only one that she has that relationship with.
A great picture, huh? State title there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And what I admire most is her ability to adapt. Back in the 80s, they practiced during spring break. They played games on prom. But she doesn't do that anymore because she knows that times change and people change. But one more note about how she gets the most out of her kids. Look at this picture. 1984, they won the state title. In that game, they did not have a single hit. Walks, pass ball, steals, smart plays. That's how they won it all. She's smart on and off the field.
Beautiful.
Coach Hubbard, she's one of the best.